Excuse me, y'all, while I get my inner Volanders on. So, I recently bought a new camera. It's the Canon EOS or EOS RP. Now, let me tell you the reason why I went out and bought this camera. For one, I was looking for a camera to do more photography with. I kind of got back into photography. I started off as a photographer. I started off way back in the day doing film photography. And started doing digital photography around 2017 when I first started my business, and just kind of got out of it the more I transitioned over into video. But the past 6 months or so, I've been kind of getting back into photography, doing more photo sessions and things of that nature. So I wanted a camera that I could be able to take some good pictures with. So, of course, just like anybody else, hit Google, went for a search, and of course, a million things popped up. So everybody knows with me, I'm always gonna start with a budget. Did not want to spend over $1,000. Wanted to try to keep it as less than possible. So I started researching. Now, one thing I did know was that I did want a Canon camera. I did a video a while ago about the T3i, which is a very old camera, but I love the pictures that came out of it. So that right there made me say that I did in fact want a Canon camera. And my phone is ringing while I'm trying to make this video. So a couple different things came up. I saw the Canon M50, the M200 or M6 or whatever those M cameras are. But didn't really want to go the route. Those were crop sensor cameras, and I knew I did want a full frame. So I came across the EOS RP and started doing some research on it, looking at some YouTube videos, and man, let me tell you, a lot of people were just destroying this camera. They were talking about all the problems of it. So if you don't know, the Canon EOS RP is basically a stripped down version of the EOS R or EOS. I'm gonna get that name right one day. And a lot of people just hated the camera. They took away too many of the features, and I'm not gonna go into all of that. You can look at a bunch of videos. Just go on YouTube and just search Canon EOS RP, and trust me, you'll find a bunch of videos killing this camera. But me being me, I wanted to look at the positive things, and I wanted to look at the channels where people were just using the camera. I'm not a big spec guy. So, you know, if the specs aren't what maybe they should be in 2023 or when this camera came out, I think in 2018, then, you know, so be it. So I started looking up some things and I saw some videos and I really liked the look of this camera. So I said, okay, that's it. Went to eBay looking, didn't quite like the prices. So eventually, Facebook Marketplace. I love Facebook Marketplace. Found a guy here locally selling one for $750. I was able to get it for $700 with a Canon 50mm 1.8 RF lens. Wonderful. One of the things that I liked was that I had already started to buy a couple of EF lenses that I use with an adapter with my Blackmagic Pocket 4K. So all I had to do was get the RF to EF adapter, and boom, those lenses already fit. So I didn't have to go out and buy a bunch of new lenses. I'm actually using the camera to shoot this on now, so that's why I don't have it in my hand. I have the Tokina 11-16 2.8 on there, and this combination has been great. But let me tell you, with that 50mm on there, man, it takes some wonderful pictures. Just straight out the gate, when I got the camera, I immediately went and started taking pictures, and they were awesome. They were just absolutely wonderful. I love the ease of use of the camera. It's not hard to use at all. For me, I didn't want a camera that had all those different crazy picture profiles, and the camera doesn't have C-Log, and I don't need C-Log. It doesn't have a bunch of other crazy functions on it. Hold on a second. Gotta stay hydrated, you know what I'm saying? But all I wanted was a camera that was functional, that took some really good pictures. I did want a full frame camera because I am going to be using this for professional work, professional photo sessions and things of that nature. Now here's some footage that I shot with the camera. Isn't it crispy? Let me tell you, man, this thing is a very, very good camera. I want to, jump in the comments to all those creators who just dogged this camera and told them point blank, you guys were wrong. This camera is very capable, it's very suitable. Now, it does have its drawbacks, like every other camera does. It does have Canon's dual pixel eye focus. Sometimes it loses it a little bit. Whatever. It does have stabilization, but it is not a optical stabilization. It is a, whatever you call it, something. And it's not the best in the world. It's not an R5, it's not an R6, it's not an R3. It's an RP, and it does just fine. The original camera that I really started off that I wanted to buy was the new Panasonic S5 II. But that camera is $2,000. And I would have to get all new lenses for it. I believe there's an adapter that I could get to put the EF lenses on it. I'm not sure, but still. So that camera is a great camera from what I can see. I haven't shot with it, haven't got my hands on it, but as you know, I have a GH4, I had a G7, so I like Panasonic cameras. And I may at some point get that camera as another a video camera, maybe a B cam to my Blackmagic, maybe an A cam, who knows? But that camera was a little bit out of my budget right now, so I needed something else. Really simple, really good, high quality, full frame, and this camera doesn't disappoint. The only thing that I will say with the video capabilities is that the dynamic range isn't the greatest. But again, it's a sub $1,000 camera right now. When it came out, these cameras just didn't have the best dynamic range. So it's okay, if you run into a problem with it, underexpose a little bit, try to keep your highlights cool, and I think you'll be all right. So, would I suggest this camera for somebody looking to get into photography or video? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with this camera. The drawbacks does not outweigh all the pros of this thing. So it is a wonderful camera. It will take great pictures. It will take great video. Listen, if you guys don't hear anything else, I say listen to this. You do not need 4K. Now, the camera does shoot in 4K, but you lose the dual pixel autofocus and it crops in quite a bit. So a lot of people don't use it. I myself have used it for some things, but I wanted to get a little bit closer with it, and that crop kind of helped out. Don't really care about the autofocus. I have a Blackmagic camera. I'm used to shooting with manual focus, so it's not that big of a deal to me. But you don't need 4K. If it's that big of a deal, shoot in the 1080 resolution, upscale it to 4K when you edit. Simple. Once again, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you made it to the end, thumbs up to you. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I upload a video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.